You are Locked On Lakers POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles, on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
No LeBron James, no team effort, but plenty of turnovers. Lakers play one of the worst games of the season in Minnesota tonight. The team looks completely lost. We're going to talk about it all on the Locked On Lakers postcast. I'm Dave Palais. Thank you for joining me right after the game. Before we get things started, I want to mention the people over at Robinhood Gold. Robinhood Gold provides you the privileges of high net worth for any net worth. These generous benefits are now available for only $5 a month. A new gold standard is here with Robinson Gold. Sign up at robinhoodgold.com/gold. That's robinhoodgold.com/gold. Lakers again lose on the road to Minnesota. Final score 97-87. Play one of the worst games of the year. And it was ugly all the way through the beginning. As a matter of fact, we'll just jump to the biggest stat of the night. 22 turnovers. That's a season high. 22 turnovers for the Lakers, and that's a season high. Again, they struggle, and at the same time, where do you point the finger? Because it seems like every single night the Lakers are looking at, why aren't they winning games? Why are we doing post-game shows where we're talking about Laker losses when you're talking about having two of the best players in the history of the game on your team? You have future Hall of Famer Anthony Davis. You're supposed to have future Hall of Famer LeBron James. LeBron James has been a no-show. We could tell all week long that LeBron James wasn't going to participate in this game. 2 games in a row that LeBron James misses now. So LeBron James misses the last game against Portland, which they had a bunch of days off, and you're going, okay, time to rest, get that body in shape. For a guy who said, I want to play all 82 games, he's going to be 40 years old in about 2 weeks, and the Lakers find themselves in a situation where they can't string together wins. Lakers are now 13-12 on the season. And it goes down to, are they playing bad basketball? Is it bad coaching? Is it a bad GM? Is it players that don't know how to play together? What is going on with this Laker team? Why is this Laker team struggling so poorly? Why does it look as bad as it does? It's unacceptable when you talk about Laker basketball and the history of this team. And so for the Lakers to come out to Minnesota, you get on a plane, you had a bunch of days off. As JJ Redick says, I need more time with my guys to practice. Well, he had time this week, and this is the effort you see. So when you start pointing fingers and you get upset about this Laker team and what they're doing, this is unacceptable basketball. This is unacceptable for the franchise. We've seen bad Laker teams in the past. We've seen the years where you had nothing. And no offense to Sedell Threatt, but when we had like Sedell Threatt in the early 90s, when I was covering that team, again, if you're new to the show, my name is Dave Palais, and I've been covering the Lakers for many years. All right, credential member of the media. All right, I was there during the good times, and when I had Kobe and Shaq, I was there for the bad times. I was there when they lost. I was there when they had, Magic Johnson all of a sudden retires. Then James Worthy retires. And then you have guys like Sedell Threatt. And then you try and bring in the young guys, the Nick Van Exels, the Eddie Jones, the George Lynches, Anthony Peeler, and you couldn't put together basically a championship run. But, man, those guys seem like they had a little bit more heart than what I'm seeing this season. This is basically, there's no excuse. There's just no excuse. I'm almost at a loss for words for what I'm watching. And you as a Laker fan, you should feel the same way. This isn't acceptable basketball. It's an embarrassing to the franchise that might be, honestly, we know it's supposed to be the greatest franchise in the NBA. We all know that the NBA front office has said, a corporate office in New York has said the perfect NBA finals would be Lakers against Lakers. But when you're talking about franchises like the Dallas Cowboys, like the New York Yankees, like the LA Dodgers, like the San Francisco 49ers, the LA Lakers are right there at the top. This is unacceptable basketball. This is bad. All right. It's December 13th. And right now we're looking at too many games that look like this. The score might not show it. If you did not see that game and you're tuning in right now and you're seeing, well, they lost by 10 against a Minnesota team that's supposed to be one of the better teams in the league. Minnesota hasn't found their way yet either. Yet at the same time, this Laker team is completely lost. Not having LeBron James there, and we all know it's for personal reasons, whatever that means. So you don't want to dive into someone that could be going through something that's extremely serious. I don't know. All right. We don't know. But if LeBron James is just taking time off because it's December and he's played a bunch of games, that's unacceptable to us. And especially when this team needs him most. When the young guys that you talk about, whether it's Dalton Knecht and Austin Reeves, some of the young guys that go, how does this franchise run again? How was it when Magic was there? How was it when Kobe was there? How was it when Shaq was there? It was different. And, man, there's so many questions right now as we're looking at December 13th. We shouldn't be throwing your arms in there going, what the hell is going on? But that's exactly how it feels right now. What is going on with this team? Extremely frustrating right now because the way they came out and started everything, you're going, hey, you know what? The Lakers have a time off. You're going to see a fresh team. Yeah, it's a road game, but you're going to see a fresh team. Lakers struggled tonight. They struggled from the very beginning. It was sloppy. Okay, when you see sloppy basketball, it makes you feel like guys don't want to be there. That's not a good sign at all. The starting five, if you missed it, it looked like this. It was Anthony Davis. It was Rui. It was Austin Reeves. And it was great to see that Austin Reeves was back, but you could tell, man, he doesn't look like Austin Reeves. It's going to take him a couple games to look like Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves hasn't played in a long time. Austin Reeves comes out. You can't sit there and get on him for effort, but he wasn't game speed ready. Gabe Vincent looks completely lost as a Laker, has been forever. Max Christie at times shows us things. Those are your starters right there that you had. Again, LeBron James missed his second straight game. Lakers get off to a terrible start in the first quarter. 7 turnovers in the first 7 minutes of the game equals 10 points for the Wolves. Again, that's 1 turnover a minute. Doesn't take a genius to do the math. That's insane. Okay, Lakers ended the first quarter with 11 turnovers. They're only 12 minutes in a quarter. 11 turnovers. They couldn't figure it out. Now, does this come down to the wrong combination on the court? Does JJ Redick need to make changes quickly to go, hey, I can recognize which guys are ready to play and which guys aren't? It looked like some of these guys have never played together. It looked like some guys were going, I'm going to get mine. I tell you, started off terribly was D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, when you saw him do so well against the Blazers, and he's saying, this is what you need. If LeBron can't be there and whatever he's going through, at least you know that AD always plays well against Minnesota, and D'Angelo Russell, who's a former Wolf, is going to come out and play well. Well, guess what? He was terrible. D'Angelo Russell, 3 fouls in 4 minutes off the bench. 0 points, 2 turnovers. They would have been better playing 4 against 5 at that point. How do you do that? 3 fouls in 4 minutes. Nothing there. Anthony Davis, Max Christie led the Lakers in scoring in the quarter, 7 points apiece. Okay? And we all know that, when you play Minnesota, I don't know what it is. Anthony Davis always plays well, usually against the Wolves. Last time, about 10 days ago against Wolves, not so great, but his career high came against the Wolves. Opening night against the Wolves, he was great. And even though he's going against Gobert, one of the bigger guys in the league that you think might give him a hard time, he always plays well. What's disheartening is former Laker Julius Randle led the Wolves in scoring in the first quarter with 8 points. Second quarter, it was right there given to the Lakers. Off to a terrible start in the second quarter. The Wolves couldn't have started any worse. It was a gift, but the Lakers can't take advantage of it. Lakers started out the quarter by missing, the Wolves started out the quarter by missing their first 12 shots in an NBA game. That's amazing. Anthony Edwards, one of the best players in the NBA, held scoreless the entire quarter. Had 7 in the first quarter, held scoreless in the second quarter. And you're going, all right, this is it. So everything I just told you right there, that the Wolves missed their first 12 shots and Anthony Edwards didn't score a point, you'd think the Lakers blew the Wolves out in the second quarter. Didn't happen. Lakers only outscored the Wolves by 3 points in the second quarter, 21-18. That's it, 21-18. So they go to the half, Wolves 50, Lakers 44. So the Lakers outscored the Wolves in the first quarter, 33-32. My fault here. Let me read this the right way. Wolves outscored the Lakers 32-23. Second quarter, Lakers outscored the Wolves 21-18. At the half, 50-44. And you're going, okay, you go to the half, you're going to make some adjustments. Things are going to look a little bit better. How does it look for the Lakers at the half? Anthony Davis, feeling pretty good. 14 points, 6 of 11 shooting. AD also added 4 rebounds. Austin Reeves, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Max Christie, again, it was a positive night for him. If you're going to look for a positive, Max Christie, because you never know what you get. He's always a coin flip. He had 7 points, 3 of 4 shooting, go along with 3 rebounds. Not terrible. But when you sit there and you go, okay, let's double that out and go, Anthony Davis should finish with about 28 points. Austin Reeves should finish with about 18. Max Christie, 14. Get some of the other guys involved, get some shots falling. We'll get into Dalton Knecht in a little bit, how it's been a disaster for him over the last basically 2.5 weeks. But at the half, here you go. Lakers, 14 turnovers. The Wolves only had 5. The Wolves scored 17 points off the Lakers' 14 turnovers. Lakers lost the game by a total of 10 points. Yet they gave the Wolves 17 points just off turnovers. Simple stuff. Hold on to the ball. Protect the ball. Don't just sit there and run back and forth and throw the ball to the other team a million times and act like it's not going to hurt the team. It's going to hurt the team. Lakers finished the night with a season-high 22 turnovers. 22. Again, I'll go back to what I said at the beginning. This is unacceptable basketball. Unacceptable for what's going on with the Lakers right now. It's embarrassing. The Laker franchise should be embarrassed. And overall, JJ Redick, and we'll talk about JJ Redick in a second, how JJ Redick is in a situation where things are not obviously going well for him. We'll tell you what, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. You can see exactly what's going on with JJ Redick because he does not feel comfortable right now with what's happening with him. But JJ Redick shouldn't feel comfortable right now. Not like he's on the verge of losing his job. It's not one of those. But JJ Redick, you could tell right now, does not feel comfortable as far as the way things are going, and we don't feel comfortable either as Laker fans. So it's very frustrating. We're going to get more into JJ Redick in the front office because right now this seems like this is becoming a front office problem, and that's what's terrible. Want to mention Robinhood Gold again. You don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows others to get rates and perks usually reserved for the high society. Now the resourceful individual with Robinhood Gold can earn a very liberal rate of 4.25 APY on uninvested cash and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on IRA account contributions. Robinhood Gold provides the privileges of a high net worth for any net worth. These generous benefits are now available for only $5 a month. New gold standard is here. Robinhood Gold. Sign up at robinhoodgold.com/gold. Again, so when you look at what's going on with JJ Redick, if you watch the press conference tonight right after the game, look at it. If you didn't pay attention, go back and look at it again. Tell me it didn't look like JJ Redick wasn't crying. It looked like he was crying, which shows me one of two things. One is he's completely over his skis and he's not prepared for being an NBA coach. Or two is, man, it is killing him that this team is struggling. And I want to believe here's a guy that can't handle losing, which is great. I don't want a coach that can handle losing. I don't want a coach that can sit there and say it's okay that we lose. I don't want a coach to say it's all right to throw away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, whatever it is. Every single game matters. This is not a Laker team that people look at and go, well, it's the best team in the NBA. They're going to figure it out. No, this is a Laker team that we all know there are certain teams they can't get by, that they have struggled with over the last few years. We know the Denver Nuggets give the Lakers a hard time. It's a coin toss with Golden State. We don't know what's going to happen with certain teams that we basically don't match up well against. Well, right now we don't match up well against height, which guess who you're facing in the next game? You're facing the Memphis Grizzlies, who buried you with height last time. And then at the same time, we don't know what we're going to do with teams that move the ball well and can kill you with a three-pointer. There's so many different ways to beat this Laker team. And why is that? The roster stinks. Let's all be honest here. This roster is not a winning roster. Rob Pelinka, this comes back to him. He's the one that said, I am not going to wait till the All-Star break to make a trade. It is time to make trades. And I'm not saying LeBron James. Actually, I hate all the talk about LeBron James going to the Golden State Warriors. I don't want LeBron James to win another championship with another team. That does the Lakers no good. I want to see the Lakers be a team that is sitting there trying to win now. And when I say be competitive, I mean NBA championship competitive, not competitive just to get in the playoffs and maybe win a series. I'm talking win a championship right now. And I know as Laker fans, you feel the same way. We're used to championships. We're used to parades. We're used to banners. This is where greatness comes from with this Laker franchise. And right now, they aren't showing us anything but all the talk you've heard this week about LeBron James going to the Golden State Warriors. If LeBron James goes to the Warriors and wins a championship with Steph Curry and Steve Kerr, it's going to make all of us sick. Okay? It's time the Lakers add, not that the Lakers subtract. All right? LeBron James is a huge get. You saw the record before the game. They put it up, the graphic up before the game. What is the Lakers' record when LeBron James isn't with the team? It's a losing record. They are not a good team without LeBron. And to think that you would trade him away and what you're going to build for the future, Anthony Davis is 31 years old. Come on. We got to win right now. And so, Rob Pelinka, you might have to do the toughest job you've ever had as a GM. Let's show your worth. You got to bring somebody in. And whatever way you figure it out, it seems like other GMs are able to pull a rabbit out of the hat. It's time you do it. Because it is at December 13th. This is unacceptable basketball. We're tired of watching these embarrassing losses. You don't know when you turn the TV on or you go to a game in person if the Lakers are going to win or if they're going to embarrass themselves. And right now, being the way it is, the Lakers should be playing better basketball than this. Fans are too invested in this. And this team represents the city, and the fans have been great to this organization. The organization, I'm asking again to give back. You look behind my head, you're seeing great players that wore that uniform. And at the same time, man, it is embarrassing to see what's going on. There are a lot of guys who obviously are not fits on this team. I think we all know it. There are guys on this team that just aren't fits. And so when you look at Anthony Davis tonight, 23 points in 36 minutes, 11 rebounds, pretty happy with that. The 4 turnovers, frustrating. Yeah, at times did it feel like Anthony Davis could have played better. Yeah, but it's Anthony Davis. We'll take it. Okay, we'll take it. Rui, again, I'm a Rui fan. His shot wasn't falling. Just wasn't falling tonight. 4 13, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. But you never look at Rui as a guy that said, I expected more. That's kind of what you expect. Whatever you get from Rui, as long as Rui is playing team basketball and not ever being in a situation where I got to get mine. We all know those players, the I got to get mine guys. Lakers have a few of them on their team, you know. But Gabe Vincent's lost. I don't even know if there's a trade value for Gabe Vincent. I don't think Gabe Vincent's happy being a Laker. If I was Gabe Vincent, I wouldn't be happy being a Laker either. It has not been a good fit since he's put on a Laker uniform. It seems like it just doesn't work out. There's zero consistency there. Austin Reeves, glad to have Austin Reeves back. I'm not going to rip Austin Reeves. 6 of 16 shooting. Normally we wouldn't be pleased with that, but he was 4 of 8 from 3-point range. That means 50%. Made both his free throws. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 18 points. That's pretty much an Austin Reeves game. It's just we expect him to be a little bit sharper. I'm sure he would say the same thing too, that he expects himself to be a little bit sharper on those. Max Christie, again, you don't know what you're going to get from him, but he gave us a good night, I thought. Max Christie didn't shoot too much. He played team basketball. He was 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 3-point shots. Not bad. We'll take that. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal in there. The 4 turnovers kind of hurt, but 15 points. If Max Christie could give us that every single night, 15 points off the bench, then we're going, okay, now we're talking. Cam Reddish, was interesting to see that he actually had to shoot the ball a few times tonight and wasn't great, but Cam Reddish doesn't shoot a lot. I know he probably shoots a ton in practice, but Cam is a guy we don't rely to shoot on a lot. He's supposed to be a defensive player for us. 23 minutes, 5 points for Cam Reddish. Okay, here's the frustrating guy on the team. And again, when we talk about consistency to know what you're getting, the next 2 guys, there are major problems with. D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, again, former Minnesota Timberwolves, 20 minutes, 2 of 10 shooting, 1 of 7 from behind the arc. 5 points. 5 points. Crazy. In foul trouble early. Where all of a sudden, if you're JJ Redick, you're going, you're completely throwing out my rotation. What am I doing? I don't have LeBron James, and now I don't have D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, I have no idea what happened to him tonight. I don't know what's going through his mind. But before the season, how many times do we talk about D'Angelo Russell? Does he belong on this team? Will he be traded? For a guy like D'Angelo Russell, who in this league, and we saw it just on Sunday night, played really well. We've seen him once as an all-star, played really well. You don't know what you're going to get from D'Angelo Russell, and it feels like a guy that checks in and checks out all the time. We have too many coin flip guys that you don't know what you're going to get night in and night out. You don't have the consistency factor. Very, very frustrating that D'Angelo Russell, you'd think, would want to do everything he could to remain on this team. But kind of you're putting Rob Pelinka in a situation where I have to do something to get rid of a guy that I don't know what I'm going to get night in and night out, and at the same time makes a ton of money. Dalton Knecht, the rookie. Man, I'm a huge Dalton Knecht fan. I told you that when we started this, and Dalton Knecht has been terrible the last couple weeks. Terrible. He knows it. His best shot is a mid-range shot, and that's not what he's there for exactly. I mean, it's great that we get 2, and his mid-range shot's not bad, but Dalton Knecht, effort-wise, he gave you 9 rebounds because that's about all he could do. Shooting, 19 minutes, made 2 of 5 shots, 0 for 3 from 3-point range. He's supposed to be our 3-point specialist. He is shooting so bad from 3-point range right now, shooting about 13% from 3-point range and struggling. 13% from Dalton Knecht, 6 points again tonight. So it's weird to say, hey, the team will go the way Dalton Knecht goes. Well, that's kind of ridiculous. But let's go. The first 19 games, Dalton Knecht shot 44% from 3-point range. We'll take that any day, especially from a rookie. It should only get better. Basically, in the last 6 games, Dalton Knecht is shooting about 13% from 3-point range. If you had a guy that you knew shoot 13% on a regular basis, you tell him stop shooting threes. You're killing us. We cannot do anything with Dalton Knecht at that stage. You can't do anything with it. It's very frustrating to see how that's going and what happens there. I'm curious to know what you as a listener thinks, because obviously you're a Laker fan. What is the key to turning this around? Who would you like to see them bring in? Is this team fine with you? Am I way over line of saying this is not a good Laker team? I don't think I am. I don't think I am. It's hard. It's frustrating to see what's happening with this team and which way everything is going. I want to mention FanDuel real quick. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, because right now new customers can bet $5. Get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of a game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page when you place your bets. Don't forget, when you get that hunch, and it happens all the time, whether you're watching Monday night, Thursday night, this week alone, there are 2 Monday night games. Should be exciting. Chargers trying to get back on track, playing the Buccaneers. A lot of things to think about with NFL action. It's always fun when you're doing either by yourself or when you're sitting and you go to FanDuel and you're talking about it with a friend. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. So, again, right now, looking at this Laker team, what should they do? I'm looking at Craig right here, who says Jeannie Buss should sell the team to the Dodger owners. It's funny because when the Dodger owners took over, all of a sudden they're finishing first place almost every single year. The one year they didn't finish in first place, I think they won 107 games. But right now, the Lakers have always been LA's team. Now it feels like there is a big push. What is LA's team? Is it the Dodgers all of a sudden? We all love winners. We all love winners. Craig also mentions, he goes, we can't score 90 points. I mean, good Lord. The Minnesota Timberwolves did not play well tonight. And yet we made the Wolves look like a team that just took care of business. It's terrible. It's very, very disappointing to see what's happening with this Laker team. What is the answer for this Laker team? I love talking Laker basketball, man, but I love talking about Laker wins. And I love when you're looking at a Laker game, and I'm going to go back a little bit, but the days when they were out and running and they had an idea what they were doing and they're running and they're filling lanes, and Magic Johnson with his no-look passes or just whatever equals points was fine. Today's NBA is so much different. Okay, today's NBA, we all know it's about the three. I don't know if it's good for the eyes or not, but it doesn't matter how you win as long as you win. And that's, of course, you got to outscore the other team. The numbers tell you shoot threes and you make them, you're gonna win. You keep shooting threes, you're gonna win. The Lakers with the mid-range shots, the old, DeMar DeRozan used to get criticized all the time because he was only a mid-range shooter. Dalton Knecht now, all of a sudden, he's a mid-range shooter. There's certain guys that can't shoot threes, and the Lakers have had a bunch of them over the years. But when you All right. Sorry about that. I think we're back right now. So, again, as far as what happened there, I think Rob Pelinka just cut my Wi-Fi. I know I'm not saying things a lot of people want to hear. You know, people want to hear that their team stinks. Nobody wants to be told their baby's ugly. Right now, our baby's ugly. This Laker team right now is not playing good basketball. Does it hurt you when you see Lakers that are on other teams that come back to hurt us? Like, have we made the right moves in the past? Julius Randle with 21 points tonight. I don't think there's a Laker fan out there just like Julius Randle. I don't think he's exactly the right fit for this Laker team that got the missing piece. But there's some other guys you look out there that maybe you do miss. Maybe guys that are instant offense guys. Is Brandon Ingram a guy that you would want to say, I'd like to see him back in a Laker uniform? I would. I'd like to see something happen. As crazy as this might sound, Kyle Kuzma, is he a guy, former Laker, you'd like to see back in the Laker uniform? What moves would you like to see Rob Pelinka do? Because if Rob Pelinka is not in his office now, make a mistake. Right? Anthony Edwards was held to 7 points. 23. So the Lakers did a good job. And Anthony Edwards looked like the guy again. 23 points for the Wolves. But it looked like we were really the big stars of the NBA. 7 points in the first half, and he for 16 in the second. Disappointing. When you look at guys that are on this Wolves team and you're going, how are you using the Wolves? Jaden McDaniel, my hard NBA fan, are very familiar with Jaden McDaniels, yet ends up with 18 points. Forever, and you can think that all you want, but Mike Conley joined the league like 5 years after LeBron James was already in the league. And so it is for the like. There's no bench on this team right now, by the way, either. This Laker bench is nothing. This Laker bench scored a total of 16 points. Nothing there for this Laker team on the bench. So you look at this starting team that has guys in there that belong, and then you look at a Laker bench and see nothing. Who knows? Maybe it was a miracle that the Lakers only lost by 10. So overall, extremely, extremely frustrating as far as it goes for the Lakers. Lakers will try to fix this. Hopefully, I mean, we're putting it on the fans to do it because as fans, I think they owe us. I think we're diehards, and at the same, what the Lakers have, the Lakers need to get the Memphis Grizzlies. We're going to see what a horrible matchup. That big guy who did it for a long time. The Lakers, 2 or 3 guys that could give a little bit just don't have that size. We'll see what happens on Sunday, guys. I'll be back with you, though, talking Laker basketball. I really would like to talk Laker basketball after a big win. But, again, final score tonight, Lakers lose 97-87 at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Lakers aren't playing very good basketball. J.J. Redick's not dealing with it well. Lakers